I didn't believe the stories, not really. Not until the night I saw the eyes. It was the summer of 2008, and I had just moved into my uncle's abandoned property outside Canavanas, Puerto Rico. I was broke, newly divorced, and looking to start over. The house was falling apart, sitting on 10 acres of dried-out grass and whispering trees. My uncle had died years ago, but no one in the family wanted the place. They said it wasn't safe. They said something lived in the fields. They didn't say what I told myself. They were just old island tales, superstitions and shadows, nothing more. But in the back of my mind, I remembered what they used to call this place, El Terreno del Chupacabras, Goatsucker Land. The first week was uneventful. The wind howled through the windows. The roof creaked like it held secrets, but nothing happened. I patched the roof, fixed the door, cleared out the cobwebs and half-dead vines. I even started raising chickens out back, 12 of them, all noisy, healthy, alive. Then, on the 9th night, I woke to a sound like a child choking. It was a wet, clicking rasp. Not quite human, not quite animal. I sat up in bed. The house was still, but the sound was coming from outside, beyond the trees, toward the coop. I grabbed the flashlight and stepped into the dark. The beam flickered. The batteries were dying, and the wind bit harder than it had in days. I walked barefoot through dry grass and mud until I reached the wire fence. The coop was torn open, not broken, not bent-torn. Like something had hooked claws underneath and peeled it back like a tin can. Blood soaked the straw. Feathers floated in the air like ashes. 11 chickens were gone. Only one was left. Tits neck broken, eyes wide, and no blood anywhere. Not a drop. I told myself it had to be dogs, or maybe a fox. But the holes in the neck, the way the thing had bled out without a trail, it was too clean, too deliberate. I thought of my uncle. I thought of those family whispers. I spent the rest of the night staring out the window, listening. 3 nights later, I found prints in the dirt. Not paw prints, not hooves. They were bipedal, 3-toed, deep, like the weight of the thing was unnatural, heavy. Around the prints, the soil was dry powdered, almost like something scorched it. I took photos, sent them to a biologist friend. On the mainland, she called me 2 hours later. "What kind of prank is this?" she asked. I didn't answer. That night, I nailed shut the coop and slept with the lights on. Around midnight, the dogs on the neighboring property started barking. Then they went silent, not quiet, as if the air had been sucked out of the night. Then I saw them, 2 red eyes at the edge of the woods. Low at first, then rising, standing. The light of the porch caught something greenish-gray skin, the shimmer of something wet or scaled, and a silhouette too tall for a dog, too narrow for a bear. And the spines, a row of them down its back, like broken glass under flesh. It didn't move, just stood there, watching. I slammed the door and called the police. By the time they arrived, nothing was there. No prints, no blood, no feathers. They took notes, nodded politely, and drove off. One of them muttered Chupacabra like it was a joke, but it wasn't. I started digging into the town records. I found stories from 1995, farmers who'd lost goats, dogs, pigs, all drained, puncture wounds, people who swore they saw a thing, bipedal, alien-eyed, leaping like a kangaroo with spines down its back. One woman described it perfectly, then admitted she'd watched a horror movie just days before. Still, too many details matched. Too many corpses that didn't bleed. Too many eyes in the dark. A local historian told me about Moshe 20 years earlier, where animals had been found with the same wounds. He said they'd blamed a satanic cult. Then they blamed the government. Then they stopped blaming anything. They just stopped talking. The final night came without warning. The wind had died. The moon was high. I'd stayed up late watching the trees, the barn, the fields. Then I heard the chickens again, but I hadn't replaced them. The clucking came from the woods soft at first, then panicked, frantic, then silence. Something was mocking me. I stepped outside, dragging a bat behind me, heart pounding. I reached the coop and saw something I can't forget. All 11 chickens, dead, arranged in a perfect circle, eyes open, throats untouched, and in the center of them, a single feather, clean white. I ran, left everything behind, the land, the tools, the memories. I never went back. Now I live in a small apartment in San Juan. I lock the windows. I cover the mirrors. Some nights I still hear it, a low rasp, the hollow cry of a bird that doesn't belong. Sometimes I wake to see eyes, but the window read. Watching the Chupacabra doesn't care if you believe in it. It believes in you.